Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are making some delicious lemon rosemary wings. These wings are packed with fresh rosemary, garlic, fresh lemon juice, and even some white wine. If you want to learn how to make these delicious wings, keep watching. Before we get into the wings, be sure to hit that like button. And if you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing so you can get more videos just like this. So let's get into these wings. So before we get started, I want to first cut up my fresh herbs. So I'm going to cut up my rosemary. I'm going to cut up my garlic. I want minced garlic, so I'm going to cut that up really fine. This recipe is inspired by an Italian restaurant here in New York that I like to visit. I always order their wings as an appetizer. I know I'm not making them exactly the way they made them, but it's close. So this is my take on Carmine's wings. I don't even know how to say the word. It's an Italian name. I don't know how to say it, but I love their wings. So this is my take on their wings. You want to go heavy on the garlic. So I used about 4 or 5 cloves of garlic. And now I'm just going to squeeze the juice of 1 lemon. So I'm starting with some whole wings. I'm just gonna cut off the tip and then I'm gonna cut them in half. I just wanna use the flat and the drum. You could also just cut the tip off and leave the wing as is. I've already rinsed my chicken and you wanna make sure you pat it dry before you start to season it. I'm gonna drizzle some olive oil on my chicken. I'm gonna season it with some salt and pepper, some kosher salt and some black pepper. Then I'll toss in some of the rosemary, the minced garlic, and then I'm gonna give that a good mix. So you just wanna make sure every wing is coated with all of the flavor. So we wanna cover this and let this marinate in the fridge overnight. So now it's time for us to cook the chicken. We're gonna take a large skillet, add some oil to the bottom of the pan, let that get hot, and we're gonna brown up our chicken on both sides till it's a nice golden color. Once all of your wings are seared, transfer them to an oven-safe dish. We'll come back to them in a moment. First, let's make our sauce. Now this is where all the goodness takes place. But before we get started, we want to make sure we wipe out our skillet. I'm using the same pan. I'm just going to drain that oil. I'm not going to rinse it out. I'm just going to wipe it out with a paper towel. So in that same skillet, I'm going to add a little olive oil and butter. So I'm going to add my rosemary first. Let that cook for about a minute. And then I'll add my garlic, and we only want that to cook for about 30 seconds or until we start to smell it, until it's fragrant. Now for the star ingredient, which is our white wine. My rule of thumb is you want to use a wine that you would blend. So I'm going to pour in the wine and I'm going to let it reduce for a couple of minutes. And then I'm going to add the lemon juice. And then I'm going to season to taste with some salt and pepper. I'm still using that kosher salt. So now I'm just adding a little butter to the sauce to bring it all together. Butter makes everything taste better. So you add that sauce, it's going to make it more silky. It adds just more flavor to it as well. And now I'm adding my salt and pepper to taste. At this stage, you definitely want to taste it. So everybody's taste buds are different. If you're looking for a real lemony taste, add some more lemon juice. So at this stage, you can definitely season to your liking. After tasting, I just added a little bit more salt and added just a little bit more butter. So now we're gonna pour this sauce over the wings, making sure every piece gets covered. So I'm just tossing it in there. I just wanna make sure every piece is covered. And then I'm going to cover this with some foil, and then I'm gonna bake it at 425 for about 20 minutes. So now that my wings are out of the oven, I'm just gonna toss them once again in the sauce. You just wanna make sure all your wings have that flavor on it. So that's it, guys, my lemon rosemary wings, the perfect appetizer. Feel free to serve this with your favorite dipping sauce like a blue cheese or a ranch dressing. The restaurant I went to would serve it with a gorgonzola dipping sauce. I really make this for a special occasion if I'm trying to impress people, if I'm having a function and you don't want to serve the same thing. This is really a great option as opposed to hot wings. It takes a little extra time, but it's worth it. If you have any questions or comments about this recipe or video, drop it in the comments. I want to hear from you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more delicious recipes just like this. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.